of the Metro's top bands are getting ready to compete in the Bands Across Kansas City playoffs.
One of the finalists is the Stonewall Jackson Band, and they're here singing their popular song, One Regret.
Lost on a back road, deep in the South Kentucky night. The headlights are quickly fading, lawmen barely out of sight. Now it's only me and my will to survive. They might take me back, but a night in life. Since your tear, it took my way. The sirens came quickly, but I squeezed on one more round. They found a young Terry Wilson, his body still warm on ground. Don't regret taking Terry's life. They'll never take me alive.
Nice job.
Good job.
Coming up after the break, we'll talk to the Stonewall Jackson Band.
We just heard the great performance by Stonewall Jackson, and now sitting with us is Stonewall Crippen, Paul Allen, and John Cannon. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Meredith.
I think the obvious question is, were your parents fans of the Confederacy?
I get asked that more. My middle name is Jackson, and I get asked that so much. I don't think they were. My dad's name is Jack, and my mom wanted to name me Jackson Stonewall because my dad was so set on Stonewall Jackson. And then it ended up not panning out. She thought everybody would call me Jackson anyway, and it never did.
And you've always been Stonewall?
Yeah, so Stonewall really stuck with me, so I've been that ever since I can remember. So.
Now, you started playing when you were how old?
I've been playing drums and keyboards and just odd and end stuff since I was probably 5 or 6 years old. I seriously took up guitar when I was about 13 or so, and then started playing in bands professionally at about 15. With some friends of mine and my dad a lot as well.
Okay, and for drums for you, when did you start playing?
I started about 12 years old.
You're 12. I promise I won't ask how old you are now. 25?
Close.
Close?
Very close.
John?
I started playing in church when I was in 3rd grade. My father's a minister, so he was kind enough to let me play.
Wow.
And just kind of started there, played until I probably sophomore year of college, yeah.
So Bands Across Kansas City, kind of tell me a little bit about how you guys got involved with it.
Bands Across Kansas City, I've known about for 3 or 4 years. I I did this album that we have. I actually did at Cypher Sound Studios here in town, and that was where they were hosting auditions for the winner from 2 years ago, Bands Across Kansas City. Corey, can't remember his last name, but anyway, that's how I got familiar with Bands Across Kansas City. And actually, the Kansas City has a very diverse music scene. That's actually what brought me here. Yeah, and I only played here a few times. I was actually living at the Lake of the Ozarks. And when I came to Kansas City, and then I met Corey at the studio, and he told me a little bit about it. And
it raises money?
Yeah, it's actually for the arts and the schools, and KCMO and KCK as well, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it's it's really a great thing that they have going in Kansas City. It keeps the arts, because there are in my school, when I was in 9th grade, that was the end of our arts, especially when you get a little smaller towns and things. So it's really a great thing what they're doing. And November 20th at the Beaumont, everybody come out. That's the Beaumont Club, November 20th. Yeah, there it is.
And we have more information. Bands Across America, the playoffs again are November 20th. You can log on to www.bandsacrosskansascity.com. We are actually going to be featuring one of the bands for the next 3 weeks.
Right.
So you guys will be able to see a few more bands that are involved with this coming up.
Yeah, there's all kinds of bands. There's every genre at this thing too. So if you don't like country music, you come see rap artists, alternative, punk, anything you want to see, you can see.
They should just make you the spokesperson.
I told them I'd hook them up, so they're helping us out a lot. So.
Well, thank you guys for coming in. I think we might be able to squeeze one more song out of you, maybe at the end.
Absolutely, we can.
Great,
we got a million. So.